Welcome back. This is Wisconsin Shoe Guy, and today we're going to do a shoe review on a very special pair of Adelaides that are a Mahler Adelaide. Now, this is from a shoe brand, a hand-welted shoe out of China called Mattina. And they're all about tradition, quality, and craftsmanship, like many of the hand-welted groups are. I bought these out of an outfit in Australia called the House of Edgin, and it is a different interpretation on an Adelaide because it has the under piece where the facing is actually under the part here along the vamp, and then is over on the sides. So it's a very subtle difference. It's not really a U-throat, but it looks like a U-throat. But this is kind of the way that they're done on most wingtips. So it is technically a little different, but it really looks like a U. And, I'm really excited about wearing them. They are a nice pair. I have a bit of wear on them, but not a ton, but they are JR soles, so they wear hard. And what I did today was I took this shoe, the left shoe, right off the shelf, and then I spent about a minute and a half providing a little bit of polish on this one. I just used Saphir Burgundy, and it's interesting because they look kind of brown, but if you look at them here, they do have that reddish tone to them, which really goes well with burgundy. And I love doing burgundy on dark brown anyway, because I think it just adds a little bit of a pop to it, not too much. And as you can see, I don't have any definition in the wax yet. It's just really, really light. But what I like about doing this is to see how much difference you get from a little bit of wax to none. This is really none. And, these shoes are tremendously colorful for being dark brown. You get them in sunlight and they come out one color. You put them under the stage lights here, they have a totally different one. You put a little wax on them. Oh, wow, they reflect light differently. It's just a cool phenomenon. And it's really one of the things that I love about dark brown shoes. And part of why a really well-polished dark brown shoe is anything but boring. And these are a great example of that. Now, the construction on these, as I said before, they are hand welted. They have a 270-degree welt, and they are, it is pretty tight. It is pretty densely stitched, and it is very comfortable. The insole on these is super thick, and your foot really does sink in very nicely. The veg tan lining on the inside of the shoe is extremely soft, and that it really just has a lovely feel to it. It's a little bit thicker on the tongue, not abnormally so, but it really holds the shoe together well. It has this little edge around it where the broguing is, which I'm not a fan of, but this also doesn't cut in like it does on some shoes. So overall, it is just a very nice, solid shoe. Now, the value proposition on these is pretty high. In the hand welted, they are on the low end of the range. Now, they're not like Meerman hand welted, right? But they are also higher quality, as you see with the heels. That's a pretty good pitch on them. But they're not, these are not like cowboy boot tapered either. And they do some handwork on the waist, doing a bevel here, doing a little bevel on the sole, little bevel on the waist here. Very, very basic stuff along the edge here, just, your typical machine work. But some nice fudging on the edge. Yeah, it's top fudging. It's not all the way across the welt, but there's not a lot of room there either. And, again, the heel, pretty well carved. Small seam, so their clicking isn't bad. I would say that their skiving is probably either done very, very minor by hand or even maybe with a small machine. It's not impressive, but it shouldn't be, in the $400 or $500 price point for a hand-welted shoe either. You know, they put the labor into the shoe. The trees are phenomenal. I mean, they're just really, really chunky. They're very well lasted. Very, very match lasted to the shoe. It's not just a lasted tree, it's the last of the shoe, which is nice. And they are a little stiff, but a perfect fit, which is, you know, if I'm in a spring for lasted trees, I want them to be a perfect fit. And they're a little bit different, which I like as well. So, you know, net, I think it's a good value for the shoe. I think the color is, this is Vocaloo calf, which I have on a pair of Stefano Bemmers. And, you know, those are wingtips, so they really don't have the opportunity to flex quite as much because it's all kind of different pieces. This is much broader and a different look, and I love the way that the calf is doing. They micro crease in all the right places. They don't have a lot of waves. It's just a very, very clean looking, and I believe that drives the color really well. I believe that they're wearing really well, and the fit on these just really worked well out of the box. So I'm pretty happy. So this is Mattina through the House of Agin, or Agin. And I definitely recommend giving them a try. Now, the House of Agin also is where I bought my Midas shell cordovan boot. And they have really cool MTOs all the time. Definitely worth checking out. Beware that a lot of their pricing on their site is for 50% deposits because most of it is, you know, made to order promotions, and so it's 50% down, 50% later. I would like to thank my friend from Malaysia who turned me on to this. Actually, HK Shoeshiner and Yap both were involved in getting this MTO off the ground, and I'm very appreciative that they gave me a call and asked me to jump in. I know that's always you know, they need people to jump in, but having them reach out and saying, hey, what about this, means a lot, and really excited that they did, because this is a great pair of shoes that, candidly, I wish I wore more. You can see by the way the lines go here as they go up and out, which is, by the way, how your feet are. They are asymmetrical, and that asymmetry does add quite a bit, in my opinion, to the comfort of the shoes as well. So this is Wisconsin Shoe Guy, and that is my Mattina. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'm going to get to work on shining up the other shoe, and maybe even, and you guys will have to check out my Instagram and see, maybe putting a real shine on for the first time. So thanks again, and let me know in your comments. Bye.